My husband and I went to Egypt for our honeymoon and we had such an amazing time exploring the different cities. We went to Karnak Temple in Luxor and we had a super awesome tour guide who talked us through the history of the temple and the city of Luxor. Today we are exploring Karnak Temple.
Actually, 80 completely. I mean, nobody believe in the ancient Egyptian religion today. Nowadays we are 90% are Muslim and 10% are Christian.
I saw them coming out of the church.
Number three, recycling. So many people took the stones from here to use it elsewhere, to build the schools, Coptic church. You will hear there baptism or baptize. Lotus flower. And if I give you lotus flower, what you should do with the lotus flower? You're gonna smell it.
Smell it.
The best smell is the lotus essence. Luxor is very specialized in this. We are making essence out of the lotus flower. We have a big perfumery shop in
I think
Luxor.
Egypt is the only place you can find lotus. Is that
Lotus essence. Egypt is the only place that you can find this today. Okay? If you smell something nice, in this case you feed your soul.
So we walked through this courtyard area where there were different vendors selling souvenirs and hats and ice cream, cold water, magnets, stuff like that. This courtyard area was really pretty. Those trees are so necessary to provide shade because Luxor is hot and humid. I definitely recommend the travel company we used. It's called Oceanus Tours and Travel, and they were really professional. Their pricing was also pretty great, and their taxis were really clean. We actually also ended up using them for a road trip the next day. The tour guide helped us get the tickets. We had to pay extra to have my tripod there, but I used it to create some fire content. Karnak Temple is huge, so make sure you give yourself enough time to see all of it. It closed at 5:30.
Lion signifying strength. So they want to say strong and sexy.
strong and sexy?
Strong and sexy.
Yeah.
Okay? So every sphinx here is one stone. The material here is sandstone. Okay, so it used to be one stone, but we found them in pieces. That's why we restored them. Under the chains of the rams, you can see small statues for the most famous king,
Okay.
Ramses II, the most famous Egyptian king.
Wow.
So they make a hole on either side, on either block, and they fill that hole with a piece of wood. This is how they hold them together. After building, they used to cover them with plaster and then make carving on the plaster. How did they manage to go 40 meters high? If you look at this building, is 40 meters high, made out of gold.
Wow.
They're missing all the gold.
Real gold.
That's why above the head of the Sphinx, you can see a hole to hold the gold.
If you plan to visit Karnak Temple, I definitely recommend going in the morning because they open at 6 a.m. and it won't be as hot as if you go in the afternoon. How cute is my dress? It was made by a Nigerian brand, but it's made out of cotton, like thick cotton. So I was very hot and I was sweating a lot. So I would totally recommend that you wear something light, like a dress or outfit made out of linen or chiffon or some material like that. There were loads of other tour groups there on that day. Our tour guide was just giving us a bit more history talk.
Ramses II.
More than 55 words.
More than 55. Actually, it was not just marriage for love or for making love. He was very smart man. To keep peace with Nigeria, he married from Nigeria. He married the daughter of the Nigerian king at the time.
Yeah.
The same thing in India, Syria,
Yeah.
Turkey, Palestine. That's why
Just take the daughters.
he had a long and a safe reign. He married the daughters and sisters of the leaders of the foreign countries.
Wow.
He did the same thing in Egypt also. He married from the
Different tribes.
daughters and sisters of the mayors of the countries of Egypt.
Wow.
That's why he ruled Egypt 67 years. He lived about 92 years.
Wow. Ramses too.
He bought his business card in every statue
Wow.
Wow.
in here. That's his wife,
200
his
grandchildren.
beautiful wife,
What's her name?
Nefertari.
Okay.
She was from Africa. She was from Nubia.
Okay.
Yeah, Nubian
You know
queen.
the area between
Nubian queen.
Sudan and Egypt?
Yeah.
We call
Yes.
it Nubian land
Nubian
area.
land.
She might be Egyptian Nubian or Sudanese Nubian, but she had a very dark skin. Favorite wife, Nefertari, and he built one for himself. Yeah, I love my wife, but I love myself more than my wife.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a statue here of Ramses II.
Ramses II.
It was in color. Now you can see them, they are restoring, doing some restoration work for some painting. So every inch was in color here.
It was colored before?
It was all colored.
what kind of color? Just different colors?
Minerals colors. Blue, red,
Wow.
white, green. Okay? So from where the colors come from? The white from limestone, green from malachite, blue from lapis lazuli, red from iron oxide. That's why the colors lasted long. It lasted forever. Because they are not chemicals, they are metals, minerals. That's the reason. That's why.
Wow. 134 columns.
Who did he get to build all these things? His people? Kings.
All kings. The kings gave permission and money to the people to build it. So that's why this hall is the most famous hall of columns in the world.
Yes.
We can say that.
Yes, it's very famous.
So when you show this one in your Instagram or on Facebook, Pasha, so you can tell that this is the most famous hall of columns in the world, which is in Karnak. This one,
Okay.
the duck
chicken
and the egg.
Wow.
This one is the chicken and the egg. And then you can read something looks like lily plant or lotus flower. We call this one in ancient Egyptian language, we call it Nisut. This is the Egyptian language, we call it hieroglyphic. This language is completely disappeared, it's not here anymore. It's not in the country anymore.
Amazing.
So we keep moving, or would you like to make some photos here?
We have to make some photos. So that's the obelisk. I really wish we had more time at Karnak Temple because there were so many parts of it that we didn't explore. I actually would love to go back to Egypt. Even though I spent 2 weeks there and visited multiple cities, there's still so much more of it to explore, like Aswan and the Siwa Oasis and Sharm el-Sheikh. There were guards walking around letting people know that it was time to close. There was a wishing well and people were running around it, so we joined them and made some wishes. This trip was so refreshing. I can't wait to go on another holiday with my husband again. Awesome quality time.
That's the scarab beetle. It's safe to make a wish. If you have a hope or a wish, you just walk around the scarab beetle counterclockwise. How many times depends how many wishes. You don't have to run.
It's because of the time they're running. Okay, maybe drop it.
Many wishes.
Yeah. Ouais, non, avec un 4. Faut y en passer là. On va vous tromper de nom. C'est un top truc. On aura. Ils sont les petits. On va arrêter.
This Karnak Temple experience was just so fulfilling to me because I had watched so many vlogs and looked forward to visiting there for so long. Traveling brings me so much joy.
So there you can see also medical oils for snoring, for wrinkles, for hair falling, for so many other stuff, for diarrhea, for so many things.
How come it only grows here in Egypt?
We grow it in Luxor and in Aswan. Because in Luxor and Aswan there are so many flowers. Luxor and Aswan, they are tropical cities. Because it's very close from
To
the
the Nile.
equator.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why you can see here tropical trees.
If you are visiting Karnak Temple, make sure you use sunscreen that is SPF 50 because the sun is out of this world. Karnak Temple is absolutely perfect. They close at 5:30 though. It's so hot. I need a drink. We're supposed to go to Luxor Temple, but I'm too tired. So I think we're going home and then I'll go there tomorrow before we go to Hurghada.
Everybody else has one boss.
Exactly. There is ice cream there.
We headed back to our hotel to rest and enjoy some AC. I ended up going to Luxor Temple the next day, but click on the card above to check out my Hilton hotel vlog because the grounds are beautiful, the pool is wonderful. The hotels in Egypt are very reasonably priced. You get such great value for your money, and I would recommend it over and over again for anyone who wants to go on a vacation to somewhere different that has like good culture, good food, good views.